the remnant of nomads, feel lost in a world they don't recognize, controlled by evil forces who seek to enslave them. They have trained and prepared for this very moment.
All right, we're live. I guess I need to cut out that first minute because I didn't realize we were live. Hope everybody can hear me okay. What's up, Sassy? What's going on? What's going on? Just checking in with everybody. I got here on this. So yeah, guys, what's up, Tim? What's going on? Fire Rider, Garen Wilson, what's happening? So yeah, sorry I was a little bit late tonight, guys. I had to kind of travel across town to deliver one of the puppies, and so it's my time back tonight. And I am down from 8 puppies down to only 3 remaining, which is awesome. It's getting easier and easier the less we have in the house. Anybody who's watching maybe doesn't know, first time to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you find anything that you like in this video, please hit the like and all that good stuff. But I have Belgian Malinois puppies, or Belgian Malinois, depending on how you like to say it. Tomato. And yeah, we've had our second litter. Our first litter was in October. We had another litter born on Easter that are 8 weeks now and all going home. I think some of them are spoken for out of the 3. So if you want one, hit your boy up and get you a 8-week-old Belgian Malinois that you can raise. Pretty much do anything you want. They're probably capable of making you breakfast if you really want to. But yes, so tonight's show, even though we're super late, are going to be talking about, the best gear for your money. As you guys know, I am not a wealthy man. So I've always been highly budget minded. I've done fairly well, but I also care greatly about making sure that I budget my money well. So there are certain items that you could buy that, are high ticket items that maybe you feel are worth the price tag. Mark Legan, what's going on? Good to see you. It's been a while. Marengo, what's happening? And some of those items, can be your main rifle, obviously night vision. That would be the highest ticket item that I would need. Your vehicle could also be a high ticket item. Live life. Good to see you. But gear wise, pistols, red dots, chest rigs, battle belts, the selection is absolutely endless out there for starting your tactical journey. And I've experienced a lot with guys who started coming to shoot with us who didn't have a battle belt, didn't have a holster, didn't have a rifle set up really, just had their first Glock. Working in a gun store, meeting tons of people who also were like picking up their first handgun and having to think about holsters and things like that. So, I just kind of roll right into things that I think about. Tell you a little bit about where I started. So, obviously, I wasn't always a gun dude. I was like a sports ball guy. And I played basketball and I watched basketball and like I worked out like crazy. And all I really did was think about being fit and playing basketball the next day and completing school and going out and having fun, and not really had like a passion at the time that was. I think I'm resetting. Okay, we're back. So when you start getting into like firearms and preparedness, it becomes way more about you or way more about others than you. That's like the main reason people get into the Second Amendment, is that it's there to preserve life, not just your own, right? So, ex survival savage, what's going on? What was your workout inspiration? My whole family works out, dude. My whole family, everyone has a six pack. My dad is 70 years old, has a six pack. My dad was into bodybuilding when I was a little kid and started taking me to the gym at 8 years old. My brother was drafted out of high school to play professional baseball. So, like, highly competitive and physically focused and minded was my whole life. Um, so that was the biggest thing. And creating that good habit was just like, you meet other guys who care about their body, how they look, how they perform, and caring about that. Even now at almost 40 years old, now it's like, I want to set a good example for my kids. I want my kids to understand that taking care of your body is a big part of life. Helps with your self-esteem, with your confidence, with being able to do things that you want to physically do without feeling restrained, um, and being healthy. I mean, you can still be extremely fit and extremely healthy and still have health things happen, right? Like, even when I was super healthy, I had to get my tonsils removed, and that could have been extremely detrimental in an SHTF type situation, or, world without rule of law. I mean, even wearing glasses, like, as healthy as you are, it's like, dang, man, like, why don't my eyes work? So, I mean, it's not the end all be all, but it is one step that eliminates other issues that, you feel your best, you look good, you present well, and probably the biggest thing is you feel good, right? When you're physically fit, you feel good. You feel capable of doing anything you want to do. Or tear your MCL. Shake my head. I tore my meniscus in 8th grade. And yeah, I had surgery the first day of school from playing football, Pop Warner football. I tackled somebody and dove really far, got him, but the first thing that hit the ground was the top of my knee, and I guess it tore my meniscus, and it sucked. I learned a lot about the human body young because of that. Like, I didn't start doing therapy and things like that. So, first, best gear for your money is your body, right? What you put in your mouth, how often you exercise your body, that will save you the most money. And yeah, you might have injuries, you might feel sick, but like, it also is a determination in your mind, like, I will not quit. I will keep going. And you can have setbacks, like, as you guys know, like, I got up to like almost 260 pounds, and now I'm down. Today I was 226. For the first time, I broke 227. So I've been on another fitness journey of getting my body back to how I felt when I was young. And it's been, feeling great is the best motivator, but it's been tough. So, like, some days I've eaten just a bunch of cans of sardines and some bananas and eggs and an apple. And some days I've eaten just steak and oatmeal. Like, I am not eating stuff that I normally would have eaten. Hey, you better stop it. Are you chewing my boot? So, Belgian Malinois love to chew all kinds of stuff. And when you catch them doing it, they like to pretend they're not doing it. But yeah, hell yeah, right on. I was self-motivated, influenced by movies and bodybuilders. Then I got into cool stuff. So started training for martial arts and military hand-to-hand combat. Dude, that's absolutely awesome, bro. I had a cousin who was a professional boxer, and he would bring all his cousins over to spar with him. And that was like my main combat training. And so I always felt confident with my hands. But I would like to do like jujitsu and more martial arts stuff. I'm going to have my kids into more martial arts things than I was into as a kid. What's up, Drew? Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. I'm 63 and still in good shape other than a knee injury. Yep. And, those, whatever injury you might have, you got to baby it in therapy. this stuff at her. You may never stop the therapy. You may, if you have a shoulder injury, you may continually try to maintain all the muscles around it and all the muscles around your knees so that the pain. I don't know if you guys, okay, restarted. Double tap the screen. Yeah, so some of you guys might be watching on a vertical live and some of you might be watching on a horizontal live. We're running both. I didn't know you could do that, so we did decide to do that. Give it a shot, see how it is. I didn't want diabetes, hypertension, pulmonary, so I dropped 40 plus pounds. Me too, Garen. That's why I was like, I am, and not only that, like, considering going into law enforcement and stuff and wanting to be physically fit. But yeah, I mean, I do not want those kind of issues, man. And the diabetes, like even thin people can have diabetes. Shockingly. And I think it's the chemicals in our food, like synthetic sugars and stuff where the body can't break them down properly. And, you know, let's see. I've got a PSA upper on a rifle. I got a PSA upper on a rifle sitting right next to me. My 300 Blackout. It's never served me wrong. However, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like I've always said, if you guys, some of you guys have been watching my channel a long time, have watched me on other people's live streams, Tactical Turkeys back in the day, DLD After Dark. And like, I've always been the guy, like whatever you have, dude, run it, make it the best you possibly can, test it. You know, if you got a PSA, like, and that's what you're going to stick with, like the first thing to do is buy an upgraded bolt. And some of the best bolt carriers that I think are for the money, obviously a Toolcraft is not too bad. But I really like to go with like a Fail Zero or a CAC sand cutter. And I think both of those will get you a lot of use. Yep. Something to watch out for. Absolutely. I don't know if sardines have the same mercury levels as tuna, but yeah, I try not to eat too much tuna. I try to eat sardines with the bones and the scales and the skin and everything. And it's soaked in the olive oil, so I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I probably won't long-term stay on sardines, but like I've recently looked into these sardine-only diets. So like, you know how some people will do a carnivore diet or multiple days of fasting? Well, there's something called sardine fasting, where like you literally eat nothing but sardines, and it's actually supposed to be more beneficial than regular just fasting. Something to look into. Yeah, CAC sand cutters are awesome. And obviously those are a higher priced item, but it's like, it's your bolt carrier group. So the best gear for your money is buying once and crying once, because then you got to buy twice or three times. And I started out making a lot of those mistakes. With chest rigs, one of my favorite chest rigs, which is highly budget minded, is the Helicon Tex Chicom rig. I love my Chicom rig. It only holds 3 across. They're not double stacks, they're single stacks, but you can put 2 behind it, and you can put pouches on the side, so you really could stack more. But I've learned to carry a little bit more on my battle belt. I carry 4 rifle mags because I have a drop leg holster, so like that's 7 mags plus 1 in the gun is 8, and that's pretty sufficient. And if you're running a lightweight chest rig like that, Malinois house, the 3 puppies out there, I think, are seeing puppies leave. And so now they're fighting for dominance to figure out which one's going to stay here, which I hope none of them do. There's one that I would like to keep, but I can't. Good. Got that job at Walmart. Nice, P&W Minuteman. Congrats, brother. I'm still waiting to hear back from these people about this next interview I'm supposed to be going on. I got confirmed that they want to have the interview with me, and the recruiter hasn't gotten back to me with the date and time. So I reached out to him today. He hasn't gotten back to me. So I'm like, okay, it's been a day. Okay, he told me this yesterday. So hopefully Hopefully he's got some news for me by tomorrow. Good serviceable milsurp is a good way to get into gear. It is, but like there's just a lot to be desired, and some of it, the specs on it, I feel like the way they cut things, and like they were always trying to make people carry a lot of stuff, where it's like as a civilian without, I just feel like we need to be as fast as possible, and I've always felt milsurp, a lot of milsurp stuff is like heavy and bulky. Rainer, I'm going to block him and block everybody. Please stop it. I'm going to block him and block him. Why are you spamming my chat? Block me? Are you blocking me? I don't know. Why are you spamming my chat? Are you okay? I think the old FLC is slept on for common man use. I won't be rolling in an up-armored Hummer with a team of door kickers. Yeah, I mean, I wish I was rolling around in an up-armored Hummer with a team of door kickers. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really had much luck with milsurp. A couple pouches and things like that I've had some good luck with. Drew, if this person, I took care of it. Thank you, Drew. That's what I was about to tell you. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, so milsurp stuff, pouches, things like that. Actually, I might be doing a giveaway here soon of an LBE. Shout out to Gray Squirrel. I like the LBE that I got from him. I just need to move stuff out, and I have too much stuff, and I've had it now for like a year and a half and never used it, so I might as well pass it along, do a giveaway. I'll probably do it on Instagram. But dude, optics wise, we're getting like the peak level of small companies where these factories have figured out like just make it so it's shockproof, waterproof, and don't put decent glass in it or put a certain coating on it. And like almost everyone has changed the way their adjusting dials are. So like the old school silver little tiny adjusting dials that like never really clicked or anything, like they're pretty much gone, even on cheap optics. Optics companies I've seen lately is like obviously Go Wutar. I think they're making some pretty good affordable optics. Gideon Optics is stepped their game up. I think like if you look at the old Gideon Optics compared to what they're putting out now, they're putting out better quality stuff. Prices have gone up on those, but the quality of them from wherever their supplier is improving the designs. All right, 10-4, Mark. What's your suggestion for supplements? Do you do any pre-workout and stuff or what? All right, so the pre-workout I've been using, which really hasn't, it's not that intense. It's like a beet. It's made from like beets, and it's a pre-workout, but it's like a natural one, like mainly from beets, which is, supposed to increase nitric oxide and stuff like that. But I lost over 30 pounds taking peptides, dude. And I'll be honest with you, if you can afford peptides are a life-changing thing. I think they're probably one of the best breakthroughs in medical science. And I'm not one for science, not that kind of science anyway, not false science, but like peptides for like IGF-1 and muscle building and recovery and stuff like that, they are banging. I mean, even collagen peptides, that is like a powder you put in your coffee, and berberine. So like if you didn't want to do peptides and you needed to lose weight, berberine is 100% natural IGF-1. If you're looking to cut at all, berberine, dude, 1 pill a day, and yeah, very good stuff. Obviously nutrition is number one, and then protein intake. So protein intake, making sure you're not pounding any bad calories, staying away from vegetable oils, high fructose corn syrups, synthetic crap. That's going to get you super far. And probably the biggest thing, dude, is working out like a machine. Like just either being super consistent, or the time that you are there, if you're there 3 days a week, like a 2-hour session, right? Full body workouts also help. And then also doing natural exercises to boost testosterone, like squats, boost your natural testosterone. Um, I was actually talking to Dark about this because he likes to ride his bike like 6, 7, 8 miles. And long distance stuff actually increases your cortisol, which lowers your testosterone. That's why like long distance runners and stuff, they don't get testosterone boosts from running 10 miles. Your body is like broken down and increased cortisol levels. Um, Now, obviously, running that much is going to burn calories. So even though your cortisol is increased, you are not packing on weight. But I'm just feeding the algo on this one. Thank you, Groundfogger. All you guys hit the like button if you can. That always really helps. Do you have any specific rig for running the KP9? Honestly, my KP9 mags like fit into AR pouches. I do have a chest rig that is designed to hold. Um, Come back. All right. So it's not even a chest rig, it's a placard. I have a placard designed to hold my KP9 mags, and I can unclip that and use it as a chest rig. Um, but yeah, I mean, for me, the KP9 is like 9mm stuff is like one of my last thoughts. Like, I'm not really running around. I am competent with a pistol. And if I can have one magazine in my rig, so like I run the sidecar style rig with a gun, a magazine, and sometimes if I feel like I need to, I carry an extra mag in my pocket, and then I have a backpack usually with like a 24 round mag. And I'll be honest with you, man, I just feel competent enough with a pistol that if someone who's not very trained has a rifle, then I feel good. Like I feel like I'm good in that situation. And also the aspect of like getting to that 9mm is something I don't want to have to think about. It's like I know in this situation shit just popped off and I got this pistol and I'm gonna live and die by it. And that's why I train a lot with my handgun. You guys see my dry fire videos, draws, reloads. And yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I try to run a highly reliable handgun. I try to run Glocks only. And yeah, I mean, I like my KP9. The reason I have it is because I got it for like the greatest deal ever. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even have a 9mm PCC. Because I just don't think $1,000 is worth having a PCC unless you need it for like recoil management. It's a great tool, right? Like suppressed 9mm, these awesome tools, easy to shoot, easy to operate. It's just like if I'm around my property and I need to grab any type of pistol or short barreled rifle, like I prefer 300 blackout or like my 11.5.556. If I was gonna keep a truck gun, I'd keep an 11.5.556. All I need is that with a 30 round mag and a red dot. It's like I don't think there's much things besides like invasion that 30 rounds is not going to get me done, right? Like even with multiple attackers, even in certain situations, like I probably if I have a truck gun, I'd always keep a backup magazine. And even like bedside with my 300 blackout, I keep 3 mags, one in the gun and 2 extras. But the 9mm PCC, I think it's a great training tool. I got my KP9 for like most absurd price ever. I walked into the gun store. Somebody had traded it in. It was a former SBR, and they had it there. KP USA, Kalashnikov USA, had gone out of business like maybe a month or two before, right? And so I stopped by these gun stores once in a while when I was out working. And I walked in, and there was one sitting there, no brace on it, no stock on it, just the bare bones. It was rattle canned, didn't look great, but it's a KP9, so like they're designed like 80, 100,000 rounds, right? They're designed like the Russians. They're designed to be full auto, run steel cased ammo. So like I felt like, this thing's gonna be great. It did have the older firing pin, which I went online and ordered the upgraded firing pin and reinstalled it myself, which was not cheap. It was like $140 for a firing pin. But I do think that it was worth doing that. But yeah, I got it out the door for $550 flat. And I actually had called a friend. I'm like, I don't even have 550. Can I borrow $300 and I'll pay you back? And I did pay him back, of course. Um, and yeah, I mean, I just lucked out with the KP9. I don't think I could get an MP5 for 550. I don't think I could get a Scorpion for 550. You could probably get like a PSA 9 mil for 550. I did have a friend. He got the Mac iX9. Uh, he got that for 550. I found a good site for that, which is sweet. Like that's a good one. Especially at the price of 550. Yep. X Survival. Yep. Glock AR Shotty and 22 long rifle. You can't go wrong with that. That'll get all the work done that you need to get done. I'm a Colt style magazines. Yeah, and I think if I do go with another 9 mil PCC, it might be the Griffin 9mm, which takes Colt mags. There are issues with Glock mags and PCCs because free my night, Dugan. Yeah, free my. Yep, absolutely free Dugan, bro. MRH, what's going on? Risky Krisky, good to see you, brother. So like I'm am I restarting? I'm really close with the people over at Spikes Tactical, and like their design team and the head of their warehouse and stuff. They're local to me, so they work a lot with my gun store, and like I go over there sometimes. But they have a really cool 9mm PCC called the Recluse, and it's like integrally suppressed. It's really sick, but they don't have like great function with Glock mags and running hollow points because the feed ramps on a 9mm barrel for like an AR, they're more like designed to feed from one side to the other side, like an AR mag, traditionally. And yeah, Risky's here. Shout out to Risky. And so when you have a Glock mag, it goes from like staggered stack to feeding it one, right? But like Colt mags, MP5 mags, they feed from both sides. They're like traditional double stack. So they don't have many issues with running FMJs. And I'm sure like a Kel-Tec Sub 2000, they've already worked this out because I haven't seen issues with stuff like that. But like an AR9 that takes Glock mags is just something to keep in mind and kind of they built their feed ramps and if you have any issues with them. Yeah, SP5s are awesome. Ground Fog, Risky Krisky, long time fam. Risky's a solid dude, man. Personality, one of a kind. Knowledge, very knowledgeable. Solid person. I always thank Risky for coming by, man, and for just looking out and being a good human being. Can't thank him enough for that. Andrew in Oregon, Kurt24. Kurt24, I hope you spoke with Armsman. I talked to him. He added you on Instagram. He should be getting your holster out. He actually shipped your holster to another guy named Kurt who lives in like Pennsylvania or something. So he said he'll have it out tomorrow. I got the word through the grapevine about your holster. So you should have that pretty soon. And you know, he's sorry about that, dude. He was really bent up that he shipped it out to the wrong Kurt. I've never fired a weapon as smooth as a suppressed DSP-5. Nice. I mean, my KP9 shoots. It's heavy and it's got a delayed action. It's a long action. But yeah, we got to do another live soon. Sorry, work has been crazy, trading a lot of shifts. Time off in July for vacation. Nice, bro. Get that 4th of July off and enjoy it. Yeah, I definitely want to do another live soon. I like going back and forth about just gear and stuff. I know we get wrapped up in all kinds of other stuff in the world because it's easy to do, but like overall, I've tried to move my channel more towards just outside of that, right? Like we all know at this point. I don't feel like maybe we're saving some people, but like we're all so deep in the shitter already with what our country has done. It's like You know, I kind of like the approach you had on your channel, like you said, is just taking that civilian and keep adding to their skill set. But yeah, I wonder if you're gonna do comms videos ever again. um, Hustle Bones, what's happening? What's happening? Suppressed SP5 makes me hate every other gun. Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, the 12.5 Geisley, the 13.9 Geisley, the 14.5 Geisley Super Duty, the 11.5 Geisley Super Duty, they're pretty fire. I actually saw the integrally suppressed sub 2000 on sale. I sent it to my fellas. I think it was on mid. I always forget the name, Risky. I forget the name. I said it last time. Not Midway. Is it Midway USA? I think it's Midway USA. I seen the integrally suppressed KP Keltec sub 2000, and that one rotates so you can put an optic on it and still fold it for like $750. And I've actually knew guys who had them many years ago, and they always ran well for them. As trivial as the talking points may be, I still really enjoy basic gear conversations. I only intend to do comp stuff with NC Scout. That'd be sick. I think that would be super dope. That's a good plan. Sorry if my voice sounds a little. I was under the weather like 3 days, dude, and I took some child's NyQuil last night, and it made me drowsy today, but my throat stopped hurting, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm still backed up. I think it's because I have 8 puppies in my house, and yeah, running myself ragged doing that. Actually, the Maxim Defense makes a better PCC buffer system, like roller delayed, but better. I have the SP5 and AR. It's better than the HK style. Yo, Drew's got some information, dude. Drew has tested quite a few things and has valuable information, so I would take that as gold. Congrats on making it 25 for real. It's impressive these days. G23. I miss G23. G23. What's going on, brother? Hook 88. I didn't see your comment. I think Zog USA jumped the shark when it sacrificed. Yeah, you think? That's not good. Everything they're doing is kind of not good. The people who, dude, the Q people, man. Not to kick in a row, but when I know someone's a Q person, bro, it hurts me, dude, because they're like, oh no, just trust the plan, man. He's gonna save an Israel for last. I'm like, bro, man, I don't know how I see that forest through those trees, but man, Risky, do you have any tips on attaching a litter to a side-by-side for rescue operations? Someone in a group was talking about it and having a tough time finding solutions. Everyone bags on a Ruger PC charger. I can shot that great Glock. Yeah, I can't lie, Kurt. That's a good call. The Ruger PC charger is a great one. You can get it in 45. You can get it in 9mm. That actually is a very good build, man. Front hood or back bed area, if you have one, is obviously the best option. Webbing for carabiners or ratchet straps to hold it works best. Just make sure it can move laterally or forward and backwards. Forward or backwards. You should lower yourself to us poor man's level gear and do review comparisons for brokies. Dude, I'm about as broke as it gets right now. And I kind of always have been. Honestly, I just I do YouTube, so I've gotten very few things from companies, like hardly few things. And every now and then a company will give me a discount to buy something. And I also work for a gun store where I'm not paid in cash. I'm paid in store items. So like I get stuff, but I'm still just as broke as everybody, right? And there was a time where I was making good money, and I'm also so like here's the biggest secret, dude. And you can judge me for this. I don't care what you think. I use an app called Sezzle, which is a pay in 4 payment plan. It's like 0 interest or like $2 in interest. And I don't think I have ever bought a piece of gear, kit, ammo, not using a pay in 4 payment plan because I just really like the idea of having my stuff and having not paid for the full thing yet. Like, I love that. Someone who's like, maybe shifts around the corner. It's like, well, now I got this for 25% of the value and I have it in my possession. So like if the grid goes down and you can't withdraw my payments, then that's not my problem. And it's like scheduled. Yeah, bro. Sezzle. Shout out to Sezzle, PayPal. Like, dude, I'll tell you, my Geisley Super Duty upper, I ordered my upper off Optics Planet. I used a PayPal, like 12 or 24 month payment plan. I sold a Glock and a 16-inch rifle, and then I paid it off the next day, which I could have done beforehand and just bought it. But like, I don't know. There's just something about like you have time to make those decisions and pay stuff off right away, or like you don't have to make that big purchase. And having 3 children and basically a stay-at-home wife and a house and dogs and bills and homeschooling and all kinds of, like, if you don't have all those responsibilities, you can buy whatever you want for yourself, dude. But when you're paying for other human beings to live life, you got to make sacrifices. No, I think Condor is good to go. Especially if you know how to sew, you could fix stuff, or you can add some tension and tighten a couple things up. I've seen a lot of dudes run Condor and it did well. Tuned in, and Krisky is in the chat. Let's go. I appreciate it, brother, coming by. Brother, what did I tell you about paying for? I don't know. What did you tell me about paying for? But I've been on that paying for like 5 years. My credit limit on paying for is like $3,000. That's how I've never missed a payment either. I've never missed a payment. I have gifted. Oh, bro, that's the other. Drew. Without Drew in Oregon, dude, I would not have half the things I have. Like, he's gifted me parts kits. God, if I even tried to name it, Drew, like upper stuff for way cheaper than the price that it is. Bro, without Drew and without people donating to the channel at all, like Cash Apps and all that. Like, I'll tell you right now, like, I had one guy, he wanted a dog. I wish I could show guns on YouTube, but I can't. He wanted a dog, and he was going back and forth on the price. He actually has one of my dogs from my last litter, and he had a Glock 45, factory Cerakoted in FDE. I believe it's factory Cerakote. I don't think he had it sent out to be Cerakote. It looks factory. And I actually remember it at the gun store coming in this way. So, and you may have seen it on Instagram. But yeah, Gen 5 45 MOS and FDE. I traded him for the dog because, he's got one of my other dogs he paid for. His family lives close to me. I've known him since we're kids. And so I got a Glock, not for free. Obviously, I raised dogs to get it, but bartering, trading. Dude, I can't thank Drew enough. Drew has sent me like Radian charging handles, freaking 13.9 uppers, 18-inch uppers, like, and then I've taken some of that stuff. I'm like, okay, so I can sell it and apply it to something. I can trade it in to the gun store that I work at and make deals and like just keep minimizing down to like, okay, what do I need? What do I need to put away for my wife and for my kids? And pretty much make everything universal. It's like first best gear for your money, handgun, is a Glock, right? An OEM Glock. Best purchase you can make for a handgun. Okay. Not a 43X, not a 48, not a 42, a regular Glock 19, Glock 45, Glock 17. Really, I'd say the Glock 19 is absolutely the best handgun for the money you can buy because magazines are cheap. You can upgrade it slowly over time with great parts. And also in that Glock 45 that I got for the dog is a Glock performance trigger. And bro, am I impressed. Risky, I think you got a Glock performance trigger, don't you, dude? So I also, with my store credit, Apex trigger. And so I got an Apex trigger, and I'm going to be doing a head-to-head comparison between the Apex trigger with the trigger bar. I don't have like the lightning springs or anything like that. So I have the Apex trigger with the trigger bar and the Glock Performance trigger, and I'm going to run these two head to head and figure out which one is better, because I think they're both like sitting at $99. So which one's the better buy? I think too, if you take the Glock Performance trigger and put a trigger shoe on it, even though that's going to run you another $100, it's probably the best trigger you can get. As long as that mechanism can last as long as a standard Glock fire control housing, trigger housing, then that Glock Performance trigger is fire. The break on it and the reset on it, fire. Actually, I actually have it on a Glock 19 right now, and I'm like, man, this thing is so gentle. If it's something I should carry, because on a regular Glock, even when you change the trigger shoe, you have that take up and then a break. Man, that Performance trigger, it's like a little bit of take up and break, and it's soft. It's fire. Performance trigger is for real, really dope. Chinese nylon is fire. Yeah, nylon is nylon, right? Like, I have to say, like, some of it you have to look for the better cheap companies. Like Helicon Tex makes, I don't know if they're nylons from China, but it's pretty darn good. Shout out to the homies at Citadel Defense. He makes a fire chest rig. If you were to invest in his chest rig, be the last chest rig you need. The Citadel Defense triple double stack flaps with the built-in GP pouches on the side. You can run a dangler. That's like all you need. I kind of do prefer running a fanny pack over a dangler, because you can take it off and like get into it and stuff like that. You could take it off and toss it to someone, right? Where the dangler, it's like it's velcroed in. So I built a full and meaningful Chinese micro rig for less than the cost of an MP5 placa with no inserts. Yeah, nylon easy to find pretty good deals on. Citadel Defense chest rig is really nice. Yep. Yeah, it is really nice. And that dude is awesome. He's been on my show quite a few times. And good guy, family man, minute man, make good products. Always support Citadel Defense. And yeah, the chest rig's hard to beat, man. I like the T-Rex Arms quad flap too. Unfortunately, I did go with the Traps rig from T-Rex Arms back when obviously Lucas was still there. I haven't bought anything from them since Lucas is gone. But I always liked the quad flap from T-Rex Arms. And yeah, I mean, I like flaps for chest rigs, because if I need to reload fast, I'll reload off the belt. And other than that, I want everything like packed in. So I like flaps. Obviously, I hate bungees, bro. I hate bungees on a chest rig. That shit gets tangled up. Reinsertion is not one for bungees. I'd rather, if it has like the option between like dropping an S-tack in there or running bungees, I'm running an S-tack. And that's what it is. But yeah, so I guess I went through all that. And I have to save or put on like a long, I can't really buy anything. I haven't bought anything since I lost my job 2 months ago. Thank God, like, these dogs are going home and I'm getting some money from that. Thank God for Matthew Telhart with the Smith and the Stewart knives. Really helped out with that giveaway last month to help me pay my bills and cover me. The community, you guys have been absolutely a blessing. One guy I sold the dog to tonight, he's a police officer over in a county next door. And he was like, oh, you should come do your stuff with us. He's like, you don't even have to run the 1.5 miles no more over here. And I was like, well, I've been training for the 1.5 miles. I feel fine to run it, but yeah. So he'll be hitting me up with that recruiter too. So overall, I just want to go law enforcement because I can't do this corporate anymore. And I think I would be a good, like, people like me. We need people like me in law enforcement, right? We can't let them take every space, right? We need people who love America, who love people, who family people, who literally do it for the love of our country to be in these roles. So I hope that it works out. That's all I can say. I don't know. I'm just gonna walk the road and figure it out as I go. But having dudes like Risky who do what he does. If people don't know what he does, then you don't know. But like we all are we are a mass multitude and we deserve to be in all kinds of roles, looking out for each other in all kinds of avenues of life and positions. Um the key to the bungees is keeping the tension low. Yeah, but then they're really tight. And if you run like any extensions at all, which I kind of like the +2 extensions from Die Frico, the Das Boot. That's dope. And then it's like, do you go left or right? And if you're going kind of fast, you may not think you could train like I go left every time. But I don't know. I like retaining my mags. Like I train obviously a lot dropping my mags, but like in any kind of SHTF scenario, you want to retain those mags. You may not have a base to go back to where there's endless mags. Thank you, Drewski. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think you're talking to me, but I appreciate that, bro. One thing you guys know about me, I will never quit. I'm just not a quitter. I'd rather die on the battlefield. When I played sports, I'd rather die on the field or die on the court. Like you flip a switch and you just keep going and going and going until things work out. I don't know. I'm curious. I've only shot once, but I'm looking for a setup from 30-06. Yeah, I mean, I hate shooting 30-06. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just hate shooting 30-06. I mean, I like the effects of 30-06. That's for sure, dude. You can do work with a bolt 30-06. You put one on somebody within a few. I mean, I don't think Charlie Kirk got hit with a 30-06, but yeah, 30-06s do work. No, I mean, keep them kind of loose so they flop over to the side when your pouch is empty. Always use my index feet. Yeah, I know, but like, there's that balance, right? Like, you can't keep them too loose, otherwise they don't do anything. And then also when they're long like that, they can get tangled. Like you hope it flops to the side. Sometimes it flops down into the thing, into the pouch. Like, bro, I hate bungees. Not a fan of bungees. I like using bungees to like retain things on a backpack and stuff like that. But yeah, like bungees on a chest rig, not for me. I'd rather stick a S-Tech in there with some Velcro. What other things that I had thought of recently? So probably the best budget AR-15 trigger, probably a lot of you guys know this, but LaRue makes for the money. I wish they would change their like design. And like the regular curved one, perfect, fine. Like the flat one, I don't know. I'm kind of getting away from flat face triggers on ARs. Like I am totally fine with the regular standard curve. I like the lightning bow from Geisley, but like the price difference between a lightning bow and a regular curve, it's like, is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Let's see. AR-10 or hit, or unless it's a bolty, it does get a bit iffy. Dude, I would like actually going back. I've gone back and forth between 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor. And I think I lean towards 6.5 Creedmoor, man. To be honest with you, obviously 308 is the NATO round. It might be easier to get, but like 6.5 Creedmoor is in high volume. Like you can get 6.5 Creedmoor everywhere too. Every sporting goods store, and the recoil is quite a bit different. And a 6.5 Creedmoor is dangerous, and it shoots so flat. I have 38 and 6.5 Creedmoor for the punt. Yeah, bro. 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 is gay. Which 6.5, bro? You know how many different 6.5s? 6.5 need more. I don't know, bro. I'll take the 6mm arc at this point. That would probably be my go-to. I'd take a Geisley 6mm arc. Done. Give me that Joker in 14.5. I wish they made it in 12.5. Let's go. I'm 12.5 everything. I was 13.9 everything for a long time, mainly because a tax stamp costs $200 and it's the shortest. You can go 13.7, same shit. But yeah, when we had to pay $200 tax stamps, I was like, nah, 13.9. Now that they're free, and I don't tax stamps. I don't agree with being on a registry or anything like that, but it's like it is what it is, and I'm going to get what I need to get. What I want to have, I'm going to have. So I deal with the tyranny, right? But like, hopefully, we're coming to some type of crossroads with all that stuff here in the near future. 6mm PRC or 6mm arc is the best. I mean, I think they're all good. G, like 6.5 Grendel, 243 Valkyrie, like all of them are good. They're all gonna do. Like, just know your round, what it does. They're all packing punches. Like, nobody wants to get hit with none of those. 5 Creedmoor is way more accessible than 6.5 PRC, 6mm arc, 6.5 Grendel. Like, out of all the 6.5s, Creedmoor was the big one that hit first. And you can do work with 6.5 Creedmoor, bro. Like, work. I've had him on here, my buddy who was fought in Ukraine, and he said, like, bro, you get hit with a 6.5 Creedmoor, it's like one and done. It's pretty one and done. You get hit with 5.56, you're gonna have to smack him a few times. 6.5 Creedmoor, you're feeling that. You're feeling it. 6 arc with an 18-inch medium contour barrel for the AR. Yeah, I can't do no 18-inch barrels. I don't even think I can do a 16-inch barrel anymore. If you ask Eugene Stoner what an SBR was, he'd probably say 16 inches. That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm 12.5. I don't care. Give me a 308 and 12.5 too. I don't care. Just give me the 12.5. We'll figure the rest out. I'll learn the ballistics. I like having the option to run a suppressor and stay like around 16 inches. So that's kind of why. Like, if I don't care about suppression, I'd run 16 inches all day. I'd even run 18 inches. I like having the option to run. Is a 338 a good one for us? They're a better option for big game or vehicles or Dogman or Bigfoot or whatever. Bro, if you can afford 338 Lapua, yeah, why not have one? I know nobody wants to get hit with a 338 Lapua. I mean, if you have the money and the setup to run a bolt action 338 Lapua and have that as like a setup, bro, nobody wants to get touched with that. No animal wants to get touched with that. A bear doesn't want to get a 338 Lapua. So, like, yeah, down for vehicles, hit you, bro. You can. That's the work right there. So, best gear for your money, though, if we're talking big calibers, it's going to be 308 or 6.5. And 6.5 Creedmoor and 308 are like the same price. So, tonight's stream is best gear for the money. The best AR-10 I've seen for the money is probably, if yours can run and you can make sure it runs, is the Ruger SFAR. Small frame auto rifle. Loading rifle. I don't know why they call it an auto rifle. It's not full auto. But yeah, bro, the Ruger SFAR, you can go check out Hop's videos on it. If you can change the handguard so it takes AR-15 handguards, swap that handguard out, put a rifle speed block on there, and you have like a 6-pound AR-10. Just got to make sure it runs. That's the trick with that one. But like, the hardest part is carrying those mags, dude. I have quite a few AR-10 mags, and they're a pain in the rear end to carry. Like, if I have a set up to carry those, and damn sure you don't want to carry 5 25-round 308 mags on your chest. You just don't want to. Not after you've been carrying 5 to 6 to 7 AR-15 mags. The weight of them, even the size of them is a pain in the ass, but the weight of, like, if you wanted to carry 10 mags, 25 rounds, 308, 250 rounds of 308, Whew, sucks. 338 is kind of overkill, but I don't shoot much long range. 308 is perfect unless you want, yeah. 308 Milsurp ammo is easier to find now. I haven't even checked. I probably should. I never shoot my 308 because cost, and I should. I need to shoot my 308. But I just prefer 6.5 Creedmoor. I actually had a 6.5 Creedmoor bolt action gun, shot like a laser. I could put it anywhere, anytime. And I sold it. And I needed money at the time, and I bought the Ruger SFAR in 308. But I would have heard a 16-inch 6.5 Creedmoor Ruger SFAR, lightweight. There's a lot of good AR-10s out there, though. I forget which one I just seen recently that was absolutely good. I mean, the is it Patriot Ordnance? The POF also has a really lightweight AR-10. Yeah, the POF. I forget the name of it, but it's all a good rifle. We've been one and done. So let's talk about other budget stuff, man. This is the kind of budget, bro. Like, if you can't afford a G-Shock, dude, get you a Casio. I beat the freaking snot out of this Casio, and it's like $25. And I literally wear this more than I wear my G-Shock. Because I don't care if I beat the piss out of it, and I could get another one for 25. But like, you don't always need fanciest stuff, dude. Like, one things you need fancy in is like good boots. Battle belts too. I would say you need like a quality battle belt. If you're gonna wear it like multiple times a month, you're gonna wear it in the rain. Like, you don't want to go with like a Tacticon super cheap Amazon belt, something like that. Do not do that. I don't think Tacticon's in business anymore, but I'm sure their stuff's still on Amazon. I wear watches, and I like digital watches because I can just look down and tell the time super fast, and so I like that. This one's covered in paint because I've been painting houses. I like having just a digital watch. Solar is the best if you can have solar charging, which I do have one, but it doesn't have a digital screen on it, so I have to tell time the old way, which doesn't take long, but like, it takes a split second more, and I'm one for cutting split seconds, fractions of seconds. Let's see, Glock rifles. So let's just talk basic AR-15s. Budget AR-15s. Obviously, you could rock a PSA. The thing with a PSA is you really got to test the snot out of it. You might get something that, like, you never know when it's going to just quit working on you. I'm a poor native for the res. G-Shock Mudman, nice. Yeah, I want to get another G-Shock. I haven't had the money. I need to get an optic for this FDE Glock 45. Honestly, my eyes are on the Sightmark M4 micro sight. It's like an acro footprint. Or the Vortex Defender enclosed. I just wish it came in FDE, both of them. I wish everyone offered optics in both black or FDE. I like the calculator watch, Hustle Bones. I would rock the crap out of that calculator watch. I love that kind of stuff. It's the Casio, right? 23. Stay strapped to get clapped. Appreciate you coming by. Not really budget though. But yeah, I mean, some of the best things is like, we'll stick with ARs for a little bit, and then we'll do optics, rifle optics. Obviously, Holosun, bro. You can't really go wrong with a Holosun. The new Holosuns, the what's it called? The Ames is a great sight. The ARO, awesome, really good sight. SIG optics, really good. LPVOs, I actually think my Griffin 1-8 LPVO is absolutely fire, dude. Like, I don't know how people hate it. Yeah, the 1X is not great, but I'm not using my LPVO on 1X. I'm using an Aimpoint Acro, so like never crank it to 1X. And it's not that it's like not good. It's very flat and it's a great image. It's just it's a first focal plane, so the reticle is really small, right? Like if you're trying to just acquire something, it's small, but overall that optic for the money for like $500. Oof, I would say if you're not good, if you need a placeholder LBPO while you're waiting on dropping $1,500 to $2,000, the Griffin 1:8 ICO, awesome. And I went through quite a few. I mean, even the Arkin isn't bad. It's just bulky and heavy. The Arkin 1:8, I forget what it's called. It's a first focal plane 1:8, and they kind of copied the reticle of the EOTech Voodoo. It's also really good. I mean, you really, I know a lot of people who like their Arkins. The EP8 is what it's called, and those are like what I consider placeholder optics, right? Like it'll get the job done. It should work. It should hold zero. It's not the best quality glass. Yeah, the EP8. And those are really cheap. And the only problem with it is it's a 34 millimeter tube and it's bulky. It's heavy. So the Griffin, more expensive. It's a 24 millimeter tube and it's very light, like 18 ounces. And might that bring into question the durability? Maybe. It might. That worries me. I haven't had any issues with it. I've been rocking it for like a year and have had no zero shifts. But I also don't throw it around because it's an LVPO. Even if I had a VCOP, I'm not taking my rifle and doing what like the American Outlaw does and chucking my rifle across the range. I'm not doing that when there's an LVPO on it. I'm probably not doing that when there's a riser or any other kind of freaking optic that I spent my money on. But you do want to know that if you take a bad fall or something, you'd be all right. Does it work? Then it works. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too, Hustle Bones. You can get an O-Sight for $140. EPS. So I have that one, the enclosed O-Sight. I think I got it for around $140. It's on my 43X. I haven't really carried it. It looks good though. I hope it continues to work just fine. I've seen a lot of people obviously are buying them and using them, and no one's really like making a big fuss about them, so they must be fine. I think O-Sight is actually saved probably a lot of their company because their handheld lights are pretty good. Like people have crapped all over their pistol lights for a long time. But yeah, dang it, brother. I said DOD, MOS pattern, green dot, Gideon. Oh man. Now it's in the waffle. That's all right, Drew. No worries, brother. Yeah, I mean, I really want enclosed optics. So I have just massively found it saves me time by I've been wondering how that Vector Optics Paragon 4X micro prism is. With an O-Sight SE on the back, piggyback, Diamondback DB50. Threw it down a rock bank in Corey. I shoot at zero issues. Nice. Prisms are durable, you know. You don't have any moving parts. You just, as long as the glass don't break, it should be pretty solid. I like prism optics too. I could never see myself being like my go-to rifle is going to be just this prism. I think if I was going to run a prism setup, I think Risky might have it, and I've wanted it for a long try. Is the 5X Primary Arms 5X with the, I forget the name of the company. Actually, hold on. What if anybody remembers the company who makes the piggyback red dot? Because I'm not using the Primary Arms piggyback on the Micro 5X is trash. It is like the worst aluminum. You can bend it by like with your hands. So another company makes one. Yeah, I just have a picture of it. I don't have the name, but yeah, that I would run that. Is it the Delta 34 mount by, I forget the name. Rip Curl Readiness. Good. DLD After Dark. What's happening? O sites with Magpul flip ups, co sites with Magpul flip ups. I don't see a need for backup iron sights no more. I don't. I have a set of Magpul M-Bus Pros. Spent the money on them. I don't have a setup that I want them on. I guess if I was running like not a 2.26 Unity riser and like I could actually use them, I would. But like even on my, actually they're on this rifle right here next to me, and I have a Holosun Ames on a 1.7 Reptilia mount. I hate factory mounts. I don't know why. I literally hate them. I hate the way they look. I hate everything. And like, I don't think all of them are bad. Like the Sig Red Dot came with a decent mount, but I just don't like them. I don't know why I don't like them either. I just don't. I hate anytime I buy a rifle optic, I feel like I have to buy a mount. I feel that way. Like if I was gonna run a 5X micro prism, I'd probably throw it on a Unity mount. Like that's just how I would roll, and I'd put it on payment plan. I don't care. The poor man ACOG. I'm supposed to actually fill out a thing to become like a stuff for Vector Optics, and I just haven't had the time to do it. I always have backup iron sights, even in my back. Yeah, I guess I just haven't trained with iron sights like that. Like I've never just been like, okay, I have irons only. I'm gonna run them today. I've gotten too reliant on red dots. Micro prisms I can rock with 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X. I mean, red dots are just too prevalent to like run irons anymore, unless you run a carry handle, which I think is the best iron sight system there is. It's a carry handle with a fixed front sight post. And I don't have that, but if I did have that, I would run the snot out of it, and I'd still put an aim point acro on the top. That's how I would roll. I'd put an aim point acro on top of a carry handle, and I'd call that a day two. That would be fire. Weird. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It says there's 22 in chat, and I don't know like who's in the vertical live, who's in the regular live. I think it made like 2 separate posts. I just wanted to try it, so I was like, we'll see how it runs. The last iron sights I bought was the ones with the finger in the circle. Oh, that's funny. This one, it's like this. Those iron sights, those are funny. But I mean, buying cheap iron sights, I don't think are worth it either. Like I bought in UTG Pros, and they're decent, but like I just don't think they're worth it. I think like if you're gonna use irons, you got to pay and buy it. Like Daniel Defense, I like fixed irons. I like the M-Bus Pros, the metal ones. But like if it's just hard to be like, you know what, my backup sight are these plastic things, and my main sight is this shockproof, waterproof, metal. Maybe they'll last if they're folded down, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I just think the iron sights is tough to deal with when optics are at the level they're at. I think if you're running like an LPVO with a red dot on top, if you're not running a laser, you could stick it under the back of the LVPO and one in the front. And if you have a quick detached scope mount, that would be a good option because your LPVO could break. And then if you're, depending on the mount you're using, that whole thing shit. Now your red dot's off, so both could go off at the same time, and you need to rip it all off and just use irons. I think that's a good option. Rip Curl, just buy the one I'm telling you about. I'm telling you. Don't try to African-American engineer a 3D printed piece of plastic to fix that piece of crap mount. It is called, here, we'll just get the name. Primary Arms 5X. Back up. Actually, let me not do this on here because that's why I don't see Risky what Amazon Red Dot Warrior. I've ordered plenty of red dots. I mean, I'm kind of done with Hollow Sun pistol dots, man. I know they're coming out with a whole new thing, a whole new lineup, and I do think their new lineup is going to be much better. I don't know. I like enclosed, and I don't like that if the 509T used an acro footprint, I would lean a lot towards the 509T. I don't want some proprietary footprint where, like, if I bought other acro footprints and I have to have this one special plate, I'm done with. I don't like that kind of stuff, dude. Hollow Sun rifle stuff, I think is good. True Patriots run vector. Hero Mod, Rip Curl. Hero Mod, go here and get this mount for your 5. I think, are you running the 5X or 3X? If you're running the 3X, you can't use this. But if you're running a 5X micro prism, absolutely hand down, that's the mount to go with. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with Hollow Suns. I just prefer enclosed red dots, and I don't prefer the 509T footprint. My favorite Hollow Sun pistol dot is the 508T, which is an open emitter, and I really like it. It's just like $400, and I don't want to pay $400 for a Hollow Sun. Yeah, so CCW or CCP? CCW every time. Yeah, Dust loves Hollow Sun. $30 Chinese special like Zolci and Sealy. I mean, I honestly think that for some applications, those dots are fine. Like, if it's not a gun you're gonna like abuse, and you just want to have a dot on there, I think a lot of those dots will hold up for quite a while. We do need another scenario show. Maybe me and Risky will do a war game show where we come up with the scenarios and I read them off and see what he does. I'd like to hear his opinion on some of those. What did Kurt link? What did you link, Kurt? Is that maybe the live stream with Risky? I don't know. Nice. Yeah. Much better in horizontal view. Cool. My son is going to print me a bushy. Yeah. Okay. Caught up on chat. I just want all RDS to be enclosed. Me too. Trijicon HD and iron sights. Yeah. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, I don't think you can use this on the 3X, unfortunately. I think you should have went 5X, but that's just me. If you're going to run a red dot, you might as well have the full 5X. Let me check their site. Man, they got an acro footprint. They have a PP footprint and an RMR footprint. All you freaking need. But yeah, I would go 5X. 3X to me is just, it's so minimal, man. That's why I went with the 5X magnifier and spent the money to get an EOTech, whatever it's called, G44, G42. Because I have a 5X. The new gen is the 19. Don't get the 13, Drew. Thermal. Risky insight would definitely. Yeah, it would be interesting to hear. Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate that again, bro. Is there where the true Chads hang? Hustle Bones, you watching on Oh Snap? It's horizontal now. Cool. So yeah, I mean, other budget stuff, man. I tell you the truth, bro. If you want tactical pants, the Cry knockoffs, love them. Love the Cry knockoffs. They're cheaper than like MTAC, and I like MTACs too. But I like having knee pads. I'm older now. If I want to take a knee, I don't want to take a rock to my knee and be donezo. Take a little pebble to your knee at my age should be donezo. Ask me how I know. Definitely those. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Clothes, bro. Let's just talk about some clothes. I don't know if I've bought clothes anywhere besides Costco in the last 4 years. And I got some nice little stuff from Costco, dude. Costco clothes are the chef's kiss in the modern world. If you don't shop and buy clothes at Costco, I don't know if Sam's Club's the same way. Costco got, bro, the winter stuff. And a lot of it's out of season. Like the winter stuff will come like summer. So you buy that and hold it for winter. Dropping on a pillow at 62 is a death sentence. Exactly, Mark. I need like double sets of freaking knee pads myself, and I'm 38. That's funny. All right, give me a half a second. My nose, bro. All right, so knee pad ideas. If there's any manufacturer out there that happens to listen to this, Risky, if you know anybody, if there's anybody to put in touch who makes knee pads. If you've ever done like floor work, plumbing, right? And you go to Home Depot, you buy knee pads. They make knee pads with this like gel on the inside of them. You can be on your knees for an hour and you don't feel it. Your knees do not feel it in this gel. They need to make tactical knee pads that have that gel on the inside. And also not charge everyone for like an extra $100 because they have the name tactical in front of them. Because Home Depot sells them for like labor. Do motorcycle knee pads have the gel? I was running the Husky gel ones, dude. When I was plumbing, I could be on my knees all freaking day. Gel is king. Yeah. The gel knee pads, absolutely no. Someone needs to make tactical knee pads that have the gel in them. 100%. Or I need to do it and stop being so broke. An hour, stop. I might fall in love. An hour? I think I'm at an hour and 17 minutes. Surplus knees and elbows. Yeah, I mean, anything for your knees is better than nothing. Facts. NASA space age vented soft rubber. No, bro. I'm telling you, Hustle Bones. You get the gel. It is like, I think it actually made my knee healthier sitting on these knee pads in gel, because it was like the gel forms against like in your meniscus and stuff, and like just everything, and it keeps it all in its right place. I felt like days after wearing them, my knees actually felt better than they did. They hurt until I went and put gel knee pads on, and then was on my knees doing plumbing for hours. Ask Kamala Harris. That's funny. Serious innovation in armor. I don't want to give it all away. Oh my good ideas, but I think medieval and modern. Well, I mean, like dragon skin is probably the dopest. It's outrageous the price for grid armor. You can definitely get it. It's innovated. It's just outrageously priced. I went out and got a set of skater pads with hard plastic on the outside years ago. Guess I need to get the go-to knee pads I have, Mark Legan, are the same ones with the plastic on the outside for like my kit and stuff. Like that's my go-to. I want the hard plastic on it because like you can slide a little bit. I don't want soft rubber on the outside. I want hard, so I could like take a knee on concrete and slide my body. I had a short one time where I do dry fire taking knees, and then like the leg that's up, you stretch it out and you can pull yourself, right? That's why I like the hard plastic on the outside. I can move and slide my body back and forth on it. If it's like sticky and rubber, you don't slide very well on any surface. Nice. I don't have elbow pads, just knees. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Yep. Yep. Nice, Mark. Yep. Let's see some other budget-minded stuff, man. I mean, Primary Arms makes budget everything. That's good. Like their LPVOs are good. Vortex makes some. I probably would still go with the budget Primary Arms over the Vortex. I do like the Vortex reticle a lot. So maybe if I was getting back into like budget LPVOs, the Strike Eagle, I think the Griffin's better than the Strike Eagle. But the Strike Eagle's pretty good as well. And the Venom, is it the Venom? The 1-6 they have? I mean, I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard really good stuff, and then I've heard people not like it so much. So, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. I do not like Swamp Fox. I don't like the red dots. I don't like their LPVOs. If you like them, more power to you. But everything I've ever touched from Swamp Fox, I don't like. I love the name. Honestly, if they didn't have that name, my channel name would probably be Swamp. I live in a swamp, and I'm kind of foxy. Let's see. Outer layer, steel middle layer, ballistic shrapnel proof, another catching layer, then soft. Well, you could always run soft behind whatever Swamp Fox grows. It's all so heavy. Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is about it. It's heavy. Reticles are funny. It's not for me. If you got caught into Swamp Fox, I'm sorry. I doubt they'll see my live stream, so I'm not too worried about it. But if they do make one optic I was interested in, which is their first focal plane. Like I think it's a 1-6 first focal plane or 1-8. I was interested in it for a little bit. That was like the last Swamp Fox thing I checked out that I was like, this one's interesting. Budget stuff. Yeah, I mean, we could talk budget stuff to stay away from. Ooh, like the super low end, super budget crap, Tacticon, like the stuff that, yeah. Even some of the old Sightmark stuff, no. Satan horn stickers are a thing. Yeah, you don't want to get some stickers. Klein knee pads, that's why I asked, do you do electrical work? New constructions. Yeah, Klein. I think Klein are the expensive ones. Right? We were just using the Huskies, and they were good. But yeah, man. I mean, I think the best way to build a budget AR, okay, is not to go PSA. That's not the best budget decision. That's a really cheap decision, not the best budget decision. CQR pants and shirts. I'll check those out, P&W Minuteman. I may have seen them, but I can't think of them offhand, but I'll check them out. What is Tacticon? It's like LARP convention. Ugh, it is demonstrably awful. Their plates actually used to not be bad. Do I have a set of plates? No. If anybody wants a set of plates, if you want some steel armor, if you just want to shoot it, AR 500. This is level 3 plus. Multi-hit protection, 5.56, 45, M855, 31 feet per second, 7.62 by 51 ball ammo, 300 feet per second, DEA certified. If anybody wants some plates, holler at me. Get a deal, the best deal ever. How much for those? I don't know, $75 for both. $75 for both, and you pay for shipping because I'm broke. If shipping costs a lot, I'll bring the price down on it too. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what shipping will cost with the weight. Bet. P&W Minuteman, message me on Instagram and we'll work it out. I'll get them to you. Harbor Freight's awesome. Can't go wrong with Harbor Freight stuff. Definitely the best place to get PPE. I haven't had too bad of luck shipping stuff. Everything I've shipped has been like $10 across the country. I mean, it hasn't been like massive things, but a little bit. Let's see. Budget. I'm not one for budget Glocks. Like, not as your go-to Glock. I'm just not that guy. Oh, my bad. I have to answer this dog owner. What food were you guys using so I keep them on that? Grain-free, baby. Always do grain-free with your dogs. I mean, some of that grain stuff is get some lumps and tumors and stuff. Arsman said he feels terrible, Kurt. He's going to get your stuff out quick, dude. Only have YouTube, no Facebook, no Instagram, no... Well, get an Instagram and make it, like, nameless. Make it P&W Minuteman with a faceless thing and don't post on it. Just use it to message people. That's the best thing about Instagram is, like, it just makes it easy to message people. Or you can hit me up on my Google Voice number, 407-308-5608. It is so easy to remember because I tried to make it all calibers. I really wanted it. 308-5569 was the number I was going for, but they wouldn't give it to me. So it's 407-308-5608. That makes it pretty easy. Grain-free causes heart issues. Well, how does the grain prevent? How does the grain help with heart issues? Tech Money, what's going on? So for heart stuff, I mean, I feed them livers, beef livers, chicken livers, sardines, so fish oil and stuff like that. Hopefully that helps. He said it's about organic grains because the real issue is the pesticides. Yeah, but organic grains still can have traces of pesticides in them as well, unfortunately. Unfortunately, even our organic is not that organic unless it's like locally sourced and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's the hard part with that. I mean, I think you just have to supplement for heart health and also exercise your dogs and don't overfeed them. Well, I mean, it's I don't know. I feel like it still has some glycophosphates in it. Like if you get organic bread, bro, it still does. It does. It has glycophosphates in them. Yeah, it's our food supply in America is trash. I go for amateur radio technicians test next week. Nice, bro. Get it. Scored a 20. What do you got to get? I missed by 4 questions. Yeah, you got to get a 28. Dang, JoJo, that's freaking awesome, dude. Go get that license, man. Grow your own. Yeah, I'm just gonna grow my own grains. Like I need one more thing on my list I got to do right now. J Paz, what's happening, homie? Good to see you, bro. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I don't even think my channel you can boost. I don't know how you get the boost feature on your YouTube. Maybe that happens once you get monetized. I am like 400 watch hours away from getting monetized because I hadn't been on YouTube in so long. My watch hours were not at the right level, and yeah, I need 400 more watch hours. This channel will be monetized and we'll have members only lives and stuff like that. It will be super cool. So yeah, I mean, I just want to achieve that, and anybody who wants to support, I appreciate it greatly. But I got a lot of cool videos coming out, and that's why I like doing YouTube, because I like making like short form 8-10 minute videos talking about some stuff that, you know, gets out to people and gives them an option to review it themselves, get an eye on it, hear someone's firsthand opinion who's used it, touched it, and stuff like that. So chickens for eggs and fertilizer, dogs to protect the chickens, and garden to feed the dogs and chickens. Yeah, I mean, I had 15 chickens at one point. My chicken coop is still up in my backyard. Belgian Malinois, and yeah, my puppies, the ones I've sold, my personal dogs, have ripped chickens to shreds. So yeah, maybe I need to do more shock collar treatment around the chickens, but now with 4 mouths, I'd have to have 4 shock collars and make sure that they, or keep them like enclosed, which is also rough, because then you do got to clean that out. It's, bro, chickens, you need the right setup for chickens, or you need not that many chickens. Like I could do 4 chickens probably easily right now, and I probably should do it. But chicken feed isn't cheap, and chicken feed, like, so yeah, you need to grow your own feed. You need to harvest your own worms and stuff like that so that they can eat those, because, yeah, I mean, buying chicken feed is about the price of buying eggs. So like, I think in the long run, your best bet, like, unless you're going to do a self-sustaining situation like that, I make my own urine as well. Hook 88. It's so easy to make your own urine. But yeah, chicken feed is almost the price of eggs. I think your best bet for, like, if you're not able to make something self-sustaining like that, is just buying like freeze-dried egg powder, stuff, like storing that up. Nice, P&W, man. Sweet. I have another set of steel, so ferment your chicken feed. It'll drop the cost. Yeah, yes, I should do that too. Ferment it, clean it, use the poop, make the garden. Like, bro, it's hours of stuff daily, and like, I have to hit the gym and stay in shape. That to me right now is one of the most important things. Like, I actually had it in my mind, like, before I get to 40, I need to be back in shape. I literally had that as a massive goal. I'm glad that I'm there. I got 2 years to get to 40 and I can't slip. And so firearms training, fitness training, time with the kids, which gardening and all that can, so a lot of time with the kids. So that doesn't alter much, but they need to get out and do some things, and homeschooling and all that. Greenhouse life, bro. Picking peppers in December. Life is good. Yeah, greenhouses are where it's at. I built 2 or 3 greenhouses. Amazon ones. They were destroyed very quickly under bad storms here in Florida. The wind, mass amounts of rain, and like, you know, if I do a greenhouse, I want to do a glass, wood, plexiglass, like a sturdy one. But yeah, you 1,000% should ferment your chicken feed. I agree with that 100%. That is the way to do it. But then what do you use to ferment, Hook? You use milk? Because you should use raw milk. That's the way to do it. But you know how expensive raw milk is? It's $12 a gallon here. I used to order raw milk, not for human consumption, of course. I used to only feed it to the chickens. No humans consume it because it says so on the label. But yeah, it was $12 a gallon, and with my family, we're probably pounding a gallon and no, we're pounding 2 gallons a week. That's $24 a week, and I would buy 3 at a time. And when you have the raw milk, bro, you drink a lot more because it's amazing. And so that was like $36 a week times 4 weeks. That's like $120 a month for milk. Outrageous. Water. Milk is a different kind of for lactobacillus. Yeah, but the raw milk is where it's at. If you had a cow, you would take that raw milk and ferment that chicken feed with raw milk, your egg production would be through the roof. OG Bobby, what's happening? What's happening? Bobby, almost all the dogs are sold and gone, dude. I only have 3 left out of 8. And some are already spoken for. Oh, yeah, you got an experiment to do, Hook. Fresh raw milk is the bomb. Yes, it is. It is the bomb. And honey. Bro, all of us should be having bees. Everybody should have bees. I got family up in Georgia. They do bees. A good relationship with my UPS man. He does bees. He's going to be bringing me some of his local honey. Bees are very easy to do. Sugar water. Put some sugar water out. Buy the stuff to have hives. If you have enough space to do bees, that should be one of your main goals, bro. You should do beehives. Honey, you could live off honey. You could literally live off it. If that was your only diet, you would survive. And it lasts. And it's an instant business. You can sell honey for a decent price and jar it. I think bees are more valuable than chickens, slightly. Chickens are still highly valuable, though. And what I was thinking about doing was quail, because they're smaller. I've never even eaten quail eggs because they sell them. I could buy them and try them. I'm sure they're fine. I would like an ostrich. Ostrich lays an egg. It's like a dozen eggs. You need like a power drill to get to it. But I would like big birds, turkeys. I know people that have stuff like that. Duck eggs. Quail will also take care of the tick problems. Yeah. Chop firewood for milk. Good stuff. Yes, bro. Definitely do bees. Especially with the bee problem. And actually, bee venom is actually like cancer. Like if you get stung by bees and you're good, then I don't know how to extract it and utilize it scientifically, but bees are amazing. Amazing creatures. Yep. Get that queen bee, bro. Bees are everybody. If you have space, bro, Drew, everybody, you got enough land, have a beehive on it. They actually will get used to you, and you just send a little smoke. You can go over there without all the gear on and everything. You probably want to for a while until you get used to it. They get used to you. But like, yeah, everybody should do bees. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. All you got to do is just keep their stuff organized. Move them ones. They're fairly easy. You don't have to clean it up like chickens. Chickens make a mess, bro. Yeah, they might eat the ticks, but like if you don't clean that shit out frequently enough, you're gonna have tons of flies and bugs and all kinds of other stuff in there. Yeah, local honey will take care of a lot of allergies. Let's finish up on a little bit more gear stuff, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Let's see, offhand. Definitely buying once and crying once is the best money saver. Like if you can buy something and it lasts and it's good, shout out to, is my Savior bag there? It is. It's leaned down a little bit. The Savior rifle bag, if you need a rifle bag, the Savior rifle bag is the only bag to get. It's like $99 and it's the absolute best bag. I just wish it held 2 rifles instead of 1. Probably could squeeze a second one in there if they're all small, but like I bought a lot of this little cheap old rifle bag, this multicam black one. It works. It works just fine. It holds stuff, but like I don't know, that's 30 something bucks. And like now I never use it. All it holds is some mags. I have to stuff stuff in those pockets. The Savior rifle bag is like the one thing that if you're taking one gun, or you could take two guns, just bring another gun, but you can fit a lot of stuff in there, and you can fit targets in it. You can fit a pistol in it. Like that rifle bag is like the one kit for going back and forth to the range or like grabbing shit and going. Makes stuff really easy. Good set of Ear Pro is the Peltor 100s. Amazing set of Ear Pro. Yes, they're not as cheap as Walkers, but like you will be lifelong happier. What else? Yeah, I mean, I think I've covered everything. Vector Optics, Go Wutar, Sightmark, Holosun, SIG. Don't buy SIG handguns. Their rifles seem pretty fine. The MCX, because civilians don't need quick change barrels. Anybody have any questions? I mean, I know I talk so much that maybe there's no questions left, but does anybody have any questions in chat? You need a mobile, 100%, Bobby. You need a mobile chicken coop. Being in the same place for a couple of years is not good. It's not good at all. You need a mobile coop. I initially wanted to build mobile, and I got lazy, and I overlooked the size of my coop, and I should have just done mobile. Maybe I will rebuild it and do chickens that way, but I would never do chickens again without a mobile chicken coop. I actually have that one. It's over there in that far corner. The Savior double rifle bag. And I prefer the single rifle Savior. But yes, I have that one from Costco. It is like $60. And it's just when you stick two rifles in that bag and you load it up with stuff, it's a pain to move around. The Savior one, I put it on my back and carry it like a backpack and have a lot of stuff with me. And actually the functionality of it, like getting stuff in and out of that double rifle bag when it's packed, is a pain in the butt. It really is. The Costco one. I have it. It's made by Savior also. Gen 6 Koa, yay or nay. I have a Gen 6 Koa. And Moran Media. I have a Gen 6 45 Koa. I think the Gen 5's better. I really do. Because you can run a Glock performance trigger. I like the back straps better. I don't love that the beaver tail is forced upon you, because their back straps aren't as secure when you cut them, even though I cut mine. I don't really need a gas pedal. I actually love the Gen 5 sides that I can like press against. I'm not pushing down on a gas pedal. I don't need it. I think looking back, I should have got the Gen 6 19 Koa instead of the Gen 6 45 Koa, just because I think Glock 19 is the greatest handgun ever produced. I can run it any style, any way. Throw a magwell on it, make the light the larger light, put a radiant on it, all the same stuff as a 45, except when I want to downsize it, I can conceal it better. But the Gen 6s are fine. I mean, they're really cool. They're cool. I'm actually going to test out to see if I can swap the trigger bar with the trigger into a Gen 5 with a Gen 5 trigger bar and trigger into the Gen 6. I'm going to be testing that out. So I will keep you posted on that if that's possible. I know you can alternate the slides, but you have to cut the back plates and stuff. The Glock grip angle is AIDS? No way, bro. You tripping. You just have to know how to do the back strap. You got to know how to cut them back straps. I wish I could show you right now, but I'll make a short on it and put it up tomorrow, Hustle Bones, and I'll show you. The Glock there is no handgun close to the Glock. It's not even close. The M&P is probably the next closest thing, and the only stuff that keeps it from ever getting near the quality and everything the Glock is the fact that when you put a freaking magwell on it, you have to change every base plate on every magazine. Otherwise, the freaking magazines don't work when you put a magwell on your gun. So you have to buy 17 Floyd base plates pain in the ass. I hate that crap. I don't understand. Even the freaking M&Ps that come with a magwell come with different mags because regular mags don't work. Why would you design that shit that way? Why would you design Smith & Wesson? Why would you not make it so you could just buy a magwell and continue to use your mags? Really bothers me. The P365 XL has entered the chat and it's died. My friend called me the other day. Thank you, Cowboy TTD. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. We've been working a little bit over here. We've been trying to get in shape. We've been working hard, my brother Cowboy TTD. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you've been out there training as well. My buddy called me the other day about his P365, and it was dead. Trigger dead. Trigger spring broke. Didn't break in under fire. Just broke. Trigger springs break. Here's the crux of the P365. The P365 XL is great for you want a little lightweight thin gun to carry on your body. Hands down, it's a great gun. The P365 fire control unit was designed to be a tiny little gun, tiny little parts, not designed for high round counts, abuse. It wasn't really designed for that. The slide is, the quality of the materials are, but the trigger spring is a flaw in that gun. At least they decided to put a 80 series striker safety in it, so you don't have to really worry about that going off on you. But Glock 19 is the best handgun ever made. I got rid of my Echelon for Glocks. The Glock, so I had the full-size Echelon with the Icarus, still shoot as good as a Glock 17 or 47. My 47 shoots way better than the Echelon did. Now, when the Echelon comp came out, I was like, oh, okay. Now you got the comp. That's different. But it has it comes with the comp. They did a good design. I don't like their optics mounting system because I don't like the optic to have space in between the front and the rear of the optic. So I don't think many people have had issues with it. I just don't prefer coming back. I don't prefer a super modular optic system that's designed to fit every optic because then it doesn't fit every optic good. So the MOS optic plate system, even the M&P system, even though I've seen a lot of screw failures with the M&Ps, the MOS Gen 5 system to me is the best mounting system for mounting optics there is. That's my opinion. And I could talk about why, but I like that I could buy a more precise plate that has front and rear protection of the optic. I like raised optic holes, but I honestly just prefer Acros the best because I think the Acro type mounting system is the most durable system. The optic itself may not be the most durable optic, but the system itself without having screws that can come out and throw everything off. But if you have a super precise plate that covers the front and back, there's no real wiggle room. And if you have raised screw holes where they're like steel and the screw goes into the hole, I think that's superior also. And then you have the recoil bosses with those and front and rear protection. I think you have the best optic mounting system. Echelon is a good gun. This is what I've come down to, dude. Whatever performance you think you're going to get from another handgun, it's just not worth not having the Glock over the micro amount of additional performance you might get. That's the way I look at it. To spend the money on a micro amount of performance and not have a Glock in a Glock magazine, for my opinion, look, handguns are everyone has their flavor for handguns. So this is my flavor. That's all I'm saying. My flavor. And I was not a Glock. I did not want to love Glocks. I'm going to tell you the truth. I did not want to love Glocks. I despised Glocks. Kingdom of Vinland. Nomad Remnant. What do you think of the Holosun EPS carry? Good optic. Probably one of the best optics they make. Can't go wrong with an EPS carry. or the regular EPS, I think. I do believe some law enforcement offices took them off their roster of approved optics. I don't know why, but yeah, I got your message, PNW. When I get done, I'll hit you back. Pistols are for feds. Yeah. And feds carry pistols, I'm sure. Pistols are for everyone. So are AR-15s and so are 30-round magazines. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the EPS carry. I'm gonna tell you the truth though. I prefer the Vortex Defender enclosed CCW. I think you get a bigger window. I like the side battery tray. I don't love Hollow Sun battery trays with this little tiny screw. I've never seen them back out. Some people say they have seen them back out on the range. Screw pops off. Now your battery is not secure. I like a big battery tray on the side. I like that. And so I prefer actually I'm carrying right now on a Glock 19, the Defender's enclosed CCW. Same footprint as the EPS carry. It might be a little cheaper. I think the Vortex is the one up on the EPS carry optic. But if you have an EPS carry optic, nothing wrong with it. I just think if you're going to make the decision to buy one, I think you should look at the Vortex Defender enclosed CCW. People freak out when you carry an AR-15 in the store. Not if they can't see it. Get one of them fold ARs. You never know. That's too much though, bro. You can't carry that daily. You can't. Not with as much running around as I do. If you only go to the store like once a month and you want to carry an AR with you, that's fine. Let me look, Kingdom. No, I see here. PSA Rock 7.5 seems cool. If nothing else, I'd rather have that than I would rather have almost anything than a SIG P320. But I don't want to buy 5.7 ammo, and I don't think it's superior really to 9mm to have 5.7 ammo. Do you think the Crossfire CF3 Ruck? Yes, I think these are great. And the DBZ LBE rig. Yes. If that's the 100%. Can't go wrong. Crossfire, great stuff. Their packs, their LBE rig. Yes. 100% Kingdom, 1,000%. Yes. Absolutely great rig. Everything they make, fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see. Any other questions? I stick it down my pant leg like Tyler Robinson. That story is some BS. Man, Tyler Robinson, Patsy of the Year. Yeah, I'm about to call it too, Drewski. Let's see. What else? Anybody? Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, Crossfire is awesome stuff. Goon beams. Oh, best iron sights. Save budget, and have the best iron sights. Shop at angrybeararms.com. Only buy Angry Bear Arm sights. Yeah, it's the way to go. Angry Bear Arms iron sights on everything. That's my philosophy. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Am I missing Goon beams? Fantastic. Buy Goon beams. For the house, so Brother Goon Beam, this is the Mini Saber, I believe it's called. This thing is the dankness. Absolutely just, bro. This one right here, I have the large Saber also. I have all of his handheld lights pretty much. And yes, where's my other light? Is it not here? I thought my Red Dawn light was here. Dude, I'm going to have to ask Goonbeam. Goonbeam, we're going to have to change the Red Dawn light to the Red Dawn Nomad light. That would seal the deal. But yeah, he honored me, named my favorite flashlight in the history of the world, which is a handheld red light that you can change brightness levels on and run like a really low, small red light. Red lights are important. You should have red light. At nighttime, red light is very good for your circadian rhythm. Once I go lights out, I only run my handheld red light literally every day of my life. I need to probably buy 2 more. Or Goonbeam, you need to send me at least 1 more. If you don't have a Red Dawn Goonbeam, you're slipping. And if you're new to the channel, this channel name used to be called Red Dawn Readiness. And now I have changed the name to Nomad Remnant. We're doing a revamp on YouTube. And yeah, I got one of those mini sabers and the Red Dawn lights, and they are fire. Bro, they are fire. Like, fire. I don't go outside without grabbing. So when I take the dogs outside, I don't really have like lighting in my backyard. I just take one of these and take the dogs outside. This thing lights up everything. You are not running from this thing. Not running from it. It's ridiculous. Like if lights were out and I hit this, the whole house looks like lights are on. It's better lighting than the freaking lighting that's in my house. It's just a Goonbeam. I really like the FN Reflex too. It's a nice little pistol. Bodyguard 2.0 comp pro shop 380 is fire. Yep, my wife carries that. Sent you a DM on IG. Appreciate it, Mark. Let me see. Make sure I got it. Gotcha. Will do, Mark. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, that's what I was like. Kingdom's got a question. How weird am I for thinking bullpump rifles are cool? I think if I could afford one, I'd get a 16-inch 5.56 FDE Desert Tech. If that's your flavor, I'm not one for bullpups, but I mean, if you can run it with the shape of it and stuff, like I think they're cool. They're definitely cool. I don't think they're not cool. They're just not for me. But the Helion is it the Helion? The one. No, the Helion's not the bullpup. Is it the IWI? There's some decent bullpups out there. I just don't think you should put that in like over having standardized stuff. You can get a chopper's attention with the Red Dawn. You'll blind them with the mini. Yeah, bro, with the mini saber. On like an overcasty kind of night, you shine that thing into the air. You're putting spotlights on clouds with the mini saber. Springfield Helion. Yeah, that one is I think that one's pretty dope, but Springfield makes cool stuff. I mean, I'm actually not one much for their handguns. I don't think they make bad handguns. They make better handguns than SIG. All their handguns are, I think, better than SIG. Although I still probably take a P365 over a Hellcat. But Springfield makes cool stuff. I don't know. I've come down to the point where it's like I only really trust certain companies. And like other than that, I don't feel like the need to invest in a product. You know what my favorite Springfield product is? The Springfield Kuna. Fire. Springfield knocked it out of the park. Best Springfield product they have ever made is the Springfield Kuna. It sucks it takes proprietary mags. They should have went with Scorpion mags. The Springfield Kuna is very, very freaking nice. Very nice. The Helion is great too, though. But yeah, guys, I'm going to close up shop. I'll leave you with this thought. I really appreciate everybody who comes by this channel. I spend a lot of time doing live streams, making videos, editing videos, thinking about stuff I feel like people would value from. My videos are not the best. I'm usually juggling between kids, dinner, work, dogs, a wife, stuff, doing the best I can at it. So I always appreciate the support. If you ever want to share my videos, like, comment, that stuff actually is like the biggest factor of the algorithm. It's all free to support. If you can't afford to ever Cash App or anything like that, if you could at least comment on the videos afterwards and share it, just send it to yourself in a text. It makes a massive difference. CUNA over MP5, no. But the cost savings on a CUNA, yes. Like if you were talking about like for value for the money, yes, CUNA over MP5, value for the dollar. Which to me, value of dollar is a massive factor in some of the stuff I say. Like some things I say, I get dragged for, but I'm like, this is better than this. Why? Because you can buy 3 of them and it's a good product versus that product, right? That product might be superior, but if I can buy it 3 times, not that I would need to buy it 3 times. It's that I'm either saving that much money or I could buy a second one and have a backup for the same value. Yes, to me, it makes it better because cost is a factor in goodness, right? Like the Geissele Super Duty for the price is absolutely the best rifle on the market for what you get. Like every part's made by Geissele. Freaking the barrel is phenomenal. The bolt is phenomenal. The QC's great. The handguards are great. Like for the dollar for dollar, that's what I'll leave on this stream. Best gear for your money. The cost is a factor in whether or not it's good. Simple as that. Springfield Hillian, VS2, IWI, X95 Tabor. Yep, that's another one. 2 military proven bullpups. Absolutely, they're both great. Right, the big aftermarket is the AUG. Yeah, I just don't like the AUG. It's just not for me. The AUGs are good though too. You can't go wrong with the AUG, but I don't want to have to use AUG mags. And I think you can actually get an AUG that takes regular AR mags, but we almost didn't find it was a fluke. Yeah, I mean, fiber optics are not the most reliable. I mean, there's been more developments in fiber optic sites where it's like front and back coverage and stuff, but like that can happen. But yeah, guys, appreciate everybody. Thanks for coming by the show. Thanks for watching. Probably the most important thing you can do to save money is build a relationship with Jesus Christ. Alter your value in your eyes and how you look at the world. Put spiritual life above physical life. Put more value in the spiritual realm than the physical realm. Put more value in the gifts that God has given you versus the gifts that you buy for yourself. That is one of the biggest things you can do to save money. Our life, our body is a temple. The Holy Spirit dwells within it. Jesus Christ is the one who puts the Holy Spirit into that body. And yeah, man. Do you want the Magwell for the 2145? It won't fit the build, and it was made by Safety Harbor. OG Bobby, what? For the 21? I don't have a Glock 21. I would like a Glock 21. 45. It won't fit the build. Later, Nomads, Minutemen. Christ is Lord. Yes, Christ is Lord, King of the world. You are Israel if you believe in Jesus Christ. We are Israel. All of Israel will be saved. You know what that means? Yes. That means you have seen God face to face. That's what the word Israel means. When he said, Jacob, I'm going to change your name to Israel because now you have seen God face to face. That's what Israel means. Okay, so if you believe in Jesus Christ, you're Israel. Just don't be the other kind because they claim a lot of things. Just know that you are Israel. And it's because you wrestle with God, right? Like this is the name of what it means in the language. You wrestle with God because you constantly are trying to follow up into his perfection and perfect yourself and become better, and so that he can see you better. Even though we can never be perfect, we can never earn our way into heaven, we still strive to be like our God because we are made in his image. It is our destiny to follow in his footsteps. So make your life a living sacrifice like Jesus did. Your cross may not be the same cross, but you must wake up and carry your cross every single day. And your cross might be for your family, your loved ones, sometimes for yourself, because you must take care of your temple, right? And in order for you to last a long time, to provide for all those other people, you're going to take care of yourself. So, could have sworn you said you wanted it. It's a Glock 21, Magwell? Yeah, I don't have a Glock 21. I wish I did. I was maybe going to get a Glock 21 instead of the Glock 45 I got for the dog, but I ended up getting a Glock 45 for the dog. So, yes. Other than that, guys, I will catch you guys later. Check out some other videos. Friday night live stream. I'm not sure who's coming on. It might be Uncle OG, but we will see. Go sub up to Risky Krisky's channel, Risky Krisky 42069 or 69420. Make sure you sub up to DLD After Dark. Make sure you sub up to Uncle OG. And yes, we will catch you guys on the next one. Stay frosty. See you.
The remnant of nomads feel lost in a world they don't recognize, controlled by evil forces who seek to enslave them. They have trained and prepared for this very moment.